Yeah, no, as we continue kind of navigating the space, your brand is evolving. Um,
Hmm.
you are, as we said, you're becoming more of a personality. And not in a disrespectful way. I hope that's not disrespectful.
No,
Like,
I
okay,
I know what you're saying.
yes, you're
I actually prefer that than influencer. That's
okay.
just a
Yeah,
different.
yeah. Influence is a little. It has become a little diluted in the definition.
Yeah.
So yes, a personality of influence, a personality, and I utilize the terminology personality as someone who can navigate different spaces. Um, you have your ethos of what it is that you do, and then people are like, oh, but she can host this and she can like advertise that, and she has, she's a pretty face, so she can like operate within this, but she comes with brains, and so now it's like this multitude of different spaces that you kind of fill. I would like to know, like, what do you see the Gabrielle Carrard brand kind of evolve into for yourself? Just like what are your challenges to yourself, and where do you want it to go from here?
I would say my challenge right now is I create content for $0 and 0 cents, and I create a podcast that makes $0 and 0 cents.
Hmm.
And as much as I love, okay, I started this with the intention of giving back.
Hmm.
I also need to be able. It's the workload has increased substantially in doing the free things, and as it relates to my brand, I find that I have the hardest time feeling okay about charging for things. And
Mm.
so it's something that I like, I'm navigating. Like there are certain things where I'm just like, I don't want to charge for that. Like, I love that it's a good, venture or whatever.
Hmm.
But then there are other things where it's just like, it's hard saying no to people who have like a cool idea, but also recognizing that like, I still have to eat. Like, I still have to like, make it, and I not eating and I not making it, and I
Hmm.
just think that I am very understanding and accommodating, and I would like to see my brand continue to uphold the energy that it was started with, which is the giving back. I don't intend on stopping my content. I don't intend on stopping the podcast, but also drawing in opportunities that are going to be paid versus and this goes back to what I said initially is I love our community, but sometimes our community could be very extractive.
Hmm.
So everyone who has a good idea or everyone who has a give back initiative um, reaches out, and it's always like, oh, it's for the people, it's for the
Hmm.
community,
Hmm.
like it's nonprofit. And I love
Hmm.
that. Like I
Yeah.
love that people are dreaming up, ways to give back.
Yeah.
And also I spend so much time doing free labor, okay, if I
Hmm.
had to be completely honest, that I get to a road block where I feel like I'm burned out. And I think that when we have the people that care get to a place where they are tired because the energetic exchange is not continuing to cycle, I think that's where we lose people. And so I know you probably didn't expect that we were going to go there, but
I
that
didn't.
is,
I didn't, but I love it. I love it for a few
yes.
different reasons. So there's only one thing I disagree with you on,
Okay,
respectfully.
tell me. Tell me.
You're you are eating and you are building. Yes, you're not
Okay.
eating initially physically, like it's not coming in. However, part of it is you do have to build something to be able to leverage it. I do believe that you are now at a place going into 2024 or in 2024 and beyond, where now you can literally show people, hey, I did all of this for free off of my own dime, my own will. This is why now X, Y, and Z is what I need to be able to take certain things to the next level. So I think you did that part, and it's the hardest part. It's also the most fulfilling part
It
because
is.
at the end of the day, it came from a genuine place. It was just like, hey man, I'm doing this for me. Now, as you said, when people now want to extract and want to utilize what you started for free of your own will for yourself, that's where it does get tiresome. It does get, burnout does become a thing. I had posted on my social, on my Instagram one time, charge the price, because at the end of the day, when you start negotiating on the price, it takes away from you, the creative, because now you have to negotiate with the time you're putting into whatever it is, because you're trying to say, I need to do it this much time to match whatever it is that I negotiated, right? You don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. So I always tell people charge, and that's coming from a place of, hey man, Kem, same thing. From being the guy that, I come from the music space, initially professional musician, classically trained, all that stuff, and growing up, I grew up 7 Day Adventist and all of that kind of stuff, and like growing up, like it was a lot of like, do it for Jesus, right? Hey, we got this concert with like 20 songs, and yeah, do it for Jesus. No, we don't have budget. God gave you that gift. And all these little isms that people like to kind of use as psychology, and it really mind fucks you in a lot of ways, because it's like, I mean, I guess God, yeah, He did give me the gift. Yeah,
Am
I
I
guess,
being ungrateful? Am
yeah,
I
I'm
being
like,
selfish?
darn it, and now you're fighting yourself. But no, you know, whatever you believe in, for those listening, whatever the good book says, the your gift will make room for you. With that being said, there are going to be trials and tribulations. That doesn't come with, like, it is not smooth and not easy. Being a creative is not easy. Um, navigate, and not just being a creative, but being a professional creative. Because I think we all are creatives. I think we all have that something within us that we can create. Because I think that's what makes us human beings. We have that thing
Mm-hmm.
where we can think of an idea and we can work towards it, and it can become a thing. That demigod type of thing, and that gods on earth and all those kind of stuff. And it's very powerful, but a lot of people don't tap into that. With that being said, you're doing the work, which is beautiful. It's going places. To make it relevant, the reason you got hot ones is literally because you dominated the space, right? It's like, okay, we have Julius Jackson. We need somebody to complement Julius Jackson, a woman, somebody who is influential, somebody who is personable, and you can't select from something that you can't see. So imagine if you didn't start any of this, you didn't do any. You literally, as your what was it, your the lady that works with your name again, the manager,
Je t'aime.
Jatem. As Jatem told you, hey, if you're gonna do it, do it. You took that, you internalized it, and you did it. You look at your content, you look at your portfolio, it's built up. So people were looking at it, just kept seeing Gabriel Carrard, Gabriel Carrard, Gabriel Carrard. Well, shit, let's use Gabriel Carrard, and that's because you dominated the space. And there's only one way to be selected. There's only one way to be on people's minds, and it's by doing the work. So this is a long-winded answer to your what you said, but yes, you deserve every goddamn dollar and cent that you ask for, and I hope from moving forward that you look people in the eye straight up and say, hey, I am worth this. This is what I want. And there's gonna be a lot of no's. And that's fine. Because it only takes one real good yes. And then you can kind of like keep it moving from there. And then yeah, at that point, like the opportunities are for you, and the people that really respect what you do, they're gonna be there for you. They're gonna understand. They're not gonna question you. It's not gonna feel like a hassle. And as you continue to build your team, people that you put around you that are gonna aid in protecting the essence and the brand of what it is that you're building, that also will manifest itself um, in helping you to be able to get seen for other opportunities, even outside of your community. Because we know, coming from small communities, and this is not a Virgin Islands thing. This is just any community. You come from a small community, people feel like they know you. I know. I changed Gabby Pampers when she was. I went to school with Gabby. Gabby can't charge me for this. I know Gabby. That kind of too familiar thing. That's something we suffer with, right? Until somebody from outside your community comes and puts you on TV or does this, and now you're partnering with this, and now the same people that feel too familiar is like, oh, I know Gabby. Yeah, no, no, no. I know her. I used to play pencil fight with her. Like, because they want to feel connected to the same thing that they took for granted. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was deep. They want to feel connected to the same thing they took for granted. I'm gonna have to clip this. So with that being said, the opportunities are going to find you. you're gonna find the opportunities, and that feeling of like having to fight is gonna. I don't think it'll die, but like you'll know what's worth fighting for, and you'll know what's
Yeah.
like really integral to your brand and what aligns with you, and you're gonna keep going from there.
Thank you. I appreciate
Absolutely,
that, friend.
absolutely,
From
friend,
your lips
absolutely.
to God's ears.
Right off of Gabby's informing, inspiring, and interactive. Absolutely. Up intellectuals, thanks for watching this episode. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to be informed of all things FYI.